It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know Jalen Rose is full of crap. He's full of crap. He's just completely, and I'm saying crap so we can monetize this, but he's completely full of crap. So Jalen Rose the other day goes at Phil Jackson. I'll set it up. Phil Jackson comes out and he says, hey, look, here's the deal. The NBA for him, in his opinion, has become unwatchable. The NBA for him, in his opinion, got too woke. The NBA for Phil Jackson went too far with their social justice stances. Now, you can agree with that or you can disagree with that. You can do whatever you'd like with that. However you'd like it, whatever you'd like, that's fine. But the truth of the matter is that's Phil Jackson's opinion. And you also got to understand that back in the day, in the 70s, Phil Jackson was an activist. Phil Jackson stood up for civil rights. He didn't wear a fake hairline, put on fake glasses, and act like Urkel on TV and give nothing other than racial epitaphs on different things. That's all Jalen Rose does. Phil Jackson actually gets down. He gets down strong. Phil Jackson gets down with the cause, has always gotten down with the cause, will always get down with the cause. And when Phil Jackson speaks, people should listen when it's about a cause because that dude has been real his whole life. Jalen Rose has been a fraud his whole life. Jalen Rose was a fraud when he was at Michigan. They were totally fraudulent. They got on a couple runs, good for them, but everybody knows they weren't good enough. Everybody knows they were doing stupid things, and they never even competed in the Big Ten. Jalen Rose has always been that. However, so Phil Jackson says, hey, look, here's the deal. Got too woke for me. Went overboard with their social justice. Turned people off. Fine. That's his opinion. Well, of course, you know what Jalen Rose did. Jalen Rose went to the stupidity. It went to the stupidity. That's the same Phil Jackson that won championships with the greatest black athletes in the history. Made millions off their back and off their sweat equity. That's crap. That's total crap. None of these NBA players, including Michael Jordan, won squat until Phil Jackson got involved. Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan hadn't won jack through 6 years, and all of a sudden Phil Jackson becomes the coach, and guess what? Kobe Bryant hadn't won jack. And then guess what? Phil Jackson becomes the coach. Shaq hadn't won jack. And then Phil Jackson becomes the coach. I would argue that a lot of black athletes, made millions because of the sweat equity, the intelligence, the system that Phil Jackson brought to them. But you're never allowed that as a coach. You're always like the overseer. It isn't ever anything that you've done. That shows Jalen Rose's ignorance because the greatest athletes in the world, Michael Jordan, Shaq, Kobe Bryant, attribute their success in large part to Phil Jackson. Michael Jordan, I love Doug Collins, but he didn't win anything with Doug Collins. Stan Albeck, love him. He didn't win anything with Stan Albeck. Next thing you know, here comes Phil Jackson, the Zen master. So this crap about he won, made millions off their backs and off their sweat equity is complete garbage. It's not surprising because that's all Jalen Rose has. Look, the NBA pre-halftime and post-game show is America's worst, and this isn't me saying it. This is the higher-ups at ESPN knowing it. Who's the one constant on that show? Jalen Rose. Why? I'll tell you why. The difference between Charles Barkley interacting with Kenny and Ernie and Shaq is a family. Jalen Rose is auditioning. He's about Jalen Rose. He's going to make his point, but he's never interactive. He's been there 10 different times. They've changed this set. They've changed this, and it's horrendous. It will continue to be horrendous. And I know this as fact. Now, I shouldn't say as fact. I know this because facts change in what I'm going to tell you. ESPN's dying to get rid of this guy. ESPN overpaid him. Remember, he was supposed to do the Get Up show. They paid him like $6 to $9 million a year. Lasted about a month. Didn't want to wake up, didn't want to do the work, was unprepared. Has there ever been anything that this guy has said that has been interesting that didn't involve you're a racist, you're a this, you're that, you're some name calling? Of course not. He had zero. They tried him on Big Ten games. He was awful. But he's always been awful. This isn't anything new. ESPN's afraid to get rid of him because they know he'll go, oh, you're racist. ESPN should be beyond that by now. One thing ESPN has showed, I mean, you just look at college basketball, they've given every little kid, every little diversity group a platform on college basketball and NBA basketball. But Jalen Rose saying that Phil Jackson, won off the backs of black players is garbage, nonsense, crap. And Phil Jackson is right. Phil Jackson's absolutely right. The politics turn people off. When people shows you who they are, you believe them. Are we supposed to show ourselves? Are we judged now by Jalen Rose? That's what Jalen Rose said. So we're to be judged by Jalen Rose? Judge me all you want, jackass. I care less what you think about me. You should worry what I think about you. And I don't know you. I've said hello to you. But as a guy on a show, you've absolutely killed NBA Countdown for damn near a decade. So we're all supposed to, and when they shows you who they are, you believe them. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. But we're all supposed to make sure that we show Jalen Rose that we're a good guy because he's judging us. Look, always been a fraud, is a fraud, will never not be a fraud. Judge anybody how you like, pal. But my God, stop with just keep going with the racist crap, actually. Keep going with it, keep going with it, keep going with it. It's made you millions. It's made you think that you are some kind of activist. And frankly, it is cheapened, and this is where you should stop, it's cheapened the use of the word racist. When someone shows you who they are, you believe them. Yeah, okay. All right. Jalen Rose is now judging us. Oh, my God. I hope I live up to the lofty expectations of Jalen Rose. Hey, thanks for watching Don't At Me with me, Dan Dakich. Make sure to like, subscribe, or click the notification bell for more of my beautiful face. Check out my full show to my right, or watch this other video. See ya.